Hey guys, and welcome back to my world. As you can see, I'm surrounded by hostile enemy mobs. Okay, there is no trickery to this. I didn't do anything to the mobs to make them not be able to see me. These are mobs as they will be normally in the wild. Okay, there's no trickery to them at all. Okay, I've dressed them up a bit and made them look pretty, but you know, they have a normal viewing distance, follow range and all of that. Okay, the reason this works is that invisibility has now been fixed. Okay, so this allows mobs no longer to be able to detect you when you are close by. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I've played a lot with sneaking mechanisms and mechanics, and this is going to be an update to that. Okay, so they fixed that, and they've also fixed something called the stat.walkOneCm, which was heavily what I used for in the last video as well. The stat.walkOneCm now actually detects the amount of pixels, or so I've been informed, of how far you've walked, no longer whatever the method was that I tried before. If you remember, I did quite a few tests with the different speeds and so forth. This is a much more accurate true reflection. Now, as you can see, I am sneaking. Okay, I can also walk as long as I walk slowly. Okay, they'll never see me sneaking. Oh, well, I didn't walk fast enough, and there we go. As you can see, this is the moment I became invisible. They then actually saw me. Okay, let me just get rid of them all. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Ah. Okay, right. So as you can see, there was no trickery at all involved in this. It is all to do with how fast I'm walking, and oh, okay. That's it. Let's just call this game over. Okay, enough. Okay, give me back my swords. Had enough fun with you guys for one day. Right. Okay. So how this works is that I am using the stat.walkOneCm, and what I'm doing is every tick of this fast clock. Okay, I'm resetting the score of everybody to 0. So I'm resetting the stat.walkOneCm to 0. Now it's scoreboard, objectives, add. Now I called it sneak. Oop, I shouldn't have done that. And I call stat. Okay, stat.walk. Come on. Now the server's frozen. Walk. Come on. 1 centimeter. Okay, there we go. Stat.walkOneCm. So that is the objective that I'm using. It will actually, if I just, let me just turn this command block off over here, just by doing that. If I now walk, you'll see that as I'm walking, it actually detects how far I'm walking. Okay, so this detects how far I'm walking, and by me resetting it every few ticks, I actually have a pretty accurate way of determining how fast I'm walking. Okay, so having done some tests, if I'm walking normally, I'm normally walking at a speed of about between 80 to 130 centimeters per 2 ticks, or however long it takes for that clock to tick. Okay, if I'm sneaking, I'm going from between 0 and about 38 to 40. Okay, when I'm sneaking. When I'm sprinting, that can actually go up to about 150, 160, 180. And when I do apply a different speed effect, so let me just do speed. Let's just do speed. That's not the one. Okay, so when I do, for example, quite a fast speed potion, and I'm running, you'll see that pushes up to about 230. Okay, so you've got a very accurate way of determining how fast a player is moving now. Okay, so what I am doing is that on this slow clock, so this clock over here, so I'm running 2 clocks, a fast clock which ticks, as you can see, it's probably the fastest you're going to be able to get a hopper clock. The cooldown is 0, so it's roughly about one tick per every 2 ticks that it ticks. It's quite fast. Okay, and then over here I have a slower tick, which is roughly about 150 ticks clock. Okay, so what I'm doing is every 150 ticks, anybody who has a sneak score of 0 to 40, okay, so that means they are going slow, very, very slow, I give them a invisibility effect for 130 ticks or seconds. It is strength 1 and the hide particles is set to true, which means when I'm okay, so this is, let me just clear, because what you're seeing is actually the particle effect of the speed. Effect at player clear. Okay, right, so that was the speed particle. So the moment I'm standing still for about 150 ticks, I become invisible. And as you can see, there is no particles because it is set to true. Okay, right, so what I'm doing is, so that's that. So as long as I am moving slowly, okay, I will always have a invisibility effect on me. Okay, I will always have the invisibility effect on me. Now on this fast clock, so over there, this that command block over there resets the sneak to 0. What this command block over here does, anybody who has a score higher than 60, it removes that invisibility effect. So you would have seen when that zombie kind of came close and I stood up and tried to run away, it made me visible because I was, you know, moving too fast. To demonstrate this, I mean, if I walk really, really slowly, I can get away with it. But the moment I start walking a bit too fast, it'll make me visible. The moment I kind of stand still or move slowly, it'll make me invisible again. Okay, so visible. So I'll have to wait again. The reason I built this clock to be so slow is just so that, you know, you don't become invisible straight away when you're standing still. It just gives a bit more time. I should actually make it a lot longer, which I probably will once I bring it into my world. Okay, cool, that's it. What these other command blocks on the top do, they only speed and slow up this clock. So this one over here just sets the cooldown for this clock over here to 75. So it's 75 ticks before it actually before it sends the item to the next hopper. Same with this one over here. It's also 75. So between the two of them, it's 150. Okay, and then the ones over here, that just sets the cooldown time to 0. So it's immediately when it ticks over, it'll tick back to that one over there, and that one does exactly the same. It sets it to 0. So this is it. Now, yes, you can probably replace this with different kinds of clocks, but the speed here suits me just fine. I don't want to. This works perfectly, and I can take this and just plop it into any world, and it'll run the command to add the sneak objective, and that's it. We have sneak. Now we can probably set it so that if I am a rogue or a kind of a class that has invisibility, that the same will kind of work only for me and for no other person. Cool, guys. Thank you very much for watching. By the way, if you're wondering how the swords worked and how the all the other bits and pieces worked, let me just see why this. Okay, it's in the wrong slot. I've made a number of videos this week that covers all of that. Okay. Cool, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will check you all later.